Good evening, I'm Drew Dees, and this is Drew's News. Tonight, our top story, ketosis. What is it? What does it mean to you? Stay tuned, we'll find out. Now, enough of that. Hey guys, it's Drew. Like I said, I want to talk about ketosis tonight. If you're like me, and I know I am, then you probably gained a few pounds over the holidays. Now, for strictly scientific reasons, I pretty much intentionally ate everything that was put in front of me for the time period from October 31st until January 2nd. Now, that meant that I was eating a lot more sugar than I normally would. And by sugar, I mean anything that's not protein, fat, or fiber. That's what pretty much everything else you eat turns into once it gets digested. Whether it's bread, cereal, corn, potatoes, high fructose corn syrup, or just plain old table sugar. It all does pretty much the same thing to you. So, basically from October 31st to January 2nd, like I said, I went from 155 pounds to 163 pounds. It's a gain of 8 pounds total, if math isn't your strong suit. And also in keeping with the New Year's theme that we're running here, I resolved to lose that weight during the month of January. Now, similarly to my June project, which I called the Extreme Lazy Man's Fat Burn, I wanted this to be as efficient, simple, and inexpensive as possible. So with that in mind, I developed the Poor Man's Ketogenic Diet. Now, a little disclaimer here before we go any further. I'm not going to be recommending this diet to any of you. You'll see why in a little bit. The main thing is, unless it's medically necessary for you to lose a crap ton of weight in a very short period of time, I think you'll be much better off with a well-balanced diet that includes fats, proteins, and sugars, so long as they're eaten at the right times as it relates to the activities that you're involved in. So, what is ketosis? No, Sarah, it's not candy. I'm sorry to let you know that. In layman's terms, ketosis is when your body begins to burn through your fat reserves for energy, as opposed to using carbohydrates or sugars that you eat for that energy. Now, a traditional ketogenic diet has your calorie intake consisting of between 85 and 90% fat. There are ways around that. There's not getting into the scientific mumbo-jumbo, but coconut oil is actually something that helps your body produce ketones, which are the things that do all of this, much easier than other types of fats. So many people who are on a ketogenic diet will use coconut oil as a bulk of their fat intake so that allows them to eat other things as well. Now, what makes you produce ketones? There are several things that do that. The primary three, fasting, even when you're sleeping. When you wake up in the morning, you have elevated ketone levels in your bloodstream. And this is something that you will maintain until you eat something that is high in carbohydrates, like that bowl of sugar with extra sugar on top, or the toasted sugar, or the fried sugar with a glass of sugar on the side. Those things all initiate your insulin release and your blood sugar spike that gets you through the morning with a nice energy spike, and then you crash and you have the ups and downs that you're used to experiencing throughout the day. A second thing that produces ketones in your body is an effect that happens after an intense workout. For about 45 to 90 minutes after a very intense workout, you have very elevated levels of ketones in your bloodstream. This is why intense exercise is something that does actually help you with burning fat, is primarily because of that ketogenic state that you're in for that period after the workout. Even with ingesting a high glycemic load meal after the workout to help your recovery from the workout, you'll still have that 45 to 90 minutes of being ketogenic. The last thing that produces a lot of ketones in your bloodstream is eating a diet that's high in fat, extremely low in sugar or carbs. The thing is, the ketone levels that you experience from this type of diet are actually almost identical to what you experience during that 45 to 90 minute window after an intense exercise workout. So instead of having it for that little 45 to 90 minute window, you're experiencing this level of fat burn throughout the entire day. That's why the weight loss is so rapid, because you're essentially, your body is doing the exact same thing as it does after a very intense workout, as far as fat burn is concerned. So basically, eating a ketogenic diet is exactly the opposite of what you would be used to eating during the holidays, or in general for a lot of people. Now, my original plan was to do this for 30 days. I'm about 7 days into it right now. I think I'm going to be stopping here very soon. Over the last 7 days, with one exception, I had one day that was a free day or a cheat day because I wanted to see what effect that would have. I've eaten the following. Every single day, I make 8 eggs. I cook those, and 1 tablespoon of butter. I don't have the butter with me right now, but it's just the 1/4 inch sliver of butter. Real butter, not margarine or any other man-made crap out there. I also eat, that usually gets me about two meals out of that. I also eat about half a can of salmon every day. The main reason for the salmon is because it's very high in omega-3 fatty acids. If you follow some of my other work, you know that I'm very pro omega-3 fatty acids, because those are anti-inflammatory fats, and they help with preventing various ailments that are dubbed Western ailments, because our diets in general are too high in omega-6 fatty acids. So you try to balance that with omega-3s. So that's the main reason for the salmon. Then usually at the end of the day, I also have a 1/4 pound of ground beef. This is 7327 ground beef. It's not lean, it's high in fat, with some peppers. These are just bell peppers, different colors. Some onion sauteed in that, as well as 2 cups of shredded cabbage. Now that's it for the entire day. That comes out to about 1,400 to 1,500 calories a day, with 60% of those calories coming from fat, 35% from protein, and the rest is just fiber from the veggies and stuff like that. So now the free day that I had, that I told you about a few days ago, 4 or 5 days ago now, I had a little bit of pop, a slice of breakfast pizza, a fried pork tenderloin, some veggies, some cottage cheese and fruit, and a little bowl of soup. That's it for the whole day. Now, that set me back 2 full days as far as the weight loss that I experienced to that point. The reason for that is this. Anytime that you disrupt the ketosis process, you do that by eating sugar, essentially. That's the only way you're going to disrupt this. Your body switches back to the normal way of getting energy, and it literally takes 24 to 48 hours to go from using insulin and sugar to using ketones for your energy levels. So that's the reason it set me back a few days. That being said, I have experienced the first 3 days that I was on the diet, I lost 6 pounds. Now a little bit of that might have been water weight, just, I had a lot of water retention because of the high salts and foods and stuff like that I had been eating. But overall, after recovering from my free day, I am down about 6.5, 7 pounds at this point. So I'm predicting the next day or 2 should be enough, and I'll be done with this, because I'll lose my 8 pounds that I gained during the holidays. I want to go over a few just pros and cons to the diet real quick with you here. I made a little list here, pros. I'm going to go through all the pros and then all the cons for you. Number 1, when you're eating this type of food, you don't have the highs and lows in your blood sugar, so you're never really super hungry. If you don't eat for 4 or 5 hours, you're going to begin to feel a little bit hungry, but it's not debilitating like you might be used to. You also have fairly even energy levels throughout the day. Nothing super high, nothing super low. You just get the job done sort of energy. One other thing, it's relatively easy to go to sleep at night. You don't have that some odd spike in your energy from something that you might have eaten in the last 4 hours, because you just have your even blood sugar and go to sleep fairly easily. Another thing is, it's a very simple diet to maintain. I've oversimplified it for the sake of this, but in general, you just don't eat sugar. You've got a lot of other things that you can eat. The meals themselves are very easy to prepare. I can do the eggs in about 5 minutes in the morning. I can do 2 pounds of ground beef with an onion all at once, and that's 8 days worth of meat there. And of course, the rapid weight loss. Like I said, I lost 6 or 7 pounds in about a week. Not going to get that with many other diets. Now on to the cons. There's no high and low energy at all. It's all even which is good and bad. So there's no highs, no lows. Okay. Generally, I would say every day except for today, for some reason, about 2 or 3 in the afternoon, I feel like it's time to go to bed. No low energy. It'd be nice to go to sleep, sort of feeling. It usually passes 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I'm back to normal. You also tend to need more sleep. I'm not sure why, but I'm sleeping 8+ hours a night. I wake up refreshed, but I don't feel like I was before, where I could get 5, 6, 7 hours of sleep and be fine. Of course, the diets like this is really boring, eating the same crap every day, and it's exclusive. I don't recommend any diet that is 100% exclusive in order for it to work. There are ways that you can eat sugars, you just have to do it the right way. And again, that comes back to no cheat days go unpunished. If you veer from the diet at all, it's going to take your body 2 days to get back to what it was doing before. There's no way around that. It's not about calorie intake in this. It's about what type of energy source your body is using. Also, this is something that's not on that list. I've noticed I have been working out a little bit throughout this, and when I normally work out, I have the proper high glycemic load meal after my workouts, which causes an insulin spike. The insulin is what delivers the nutrients and stuff to your muscle to aid in the recovery, so that reduces your overall soreness time. Without that, with trying to work out with this diet, I'm twice as sore and it lasts twice as long. Again, not something that I would recommend. If you're going to work out once a week and you're okay with being sore for 3 days, that's fine. But I don't recommend trying to do intense workouts with this type of diet, because it's not designed for that. This is designed for your body to shed fat. That's all it's for. So, that's it in a nutshell. Like I said, I will be done with this in a day or 2 at the most. After that, I'll be going back to eating the correct way, which we'll be talking about later. Protein, fat, sugar, all of them belong in your diet. They're there for us to eat. You've got to eat sugars at the right time as it relates to the activities that you're participating in. One other thing, I'm planning on making some other videos. In the very near future, I want to make a video about potato chips, corn chips, whatever, and how they're actually a superfood, but not the kind that you're thinking of. So that one will be kind of fun. Also, I'd love some feedback from you guys. If you could just kind of let me know, are the videos helpful? Am I boring you to death? Do you like the ones that are shorter? Do you like some of the longer stuff? And also, as that applies to the topics that I cover on my Facebook page. Leave comments below, like and share the video. As always, visit me on facebook.com/justaskdrew. And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.